And now to a heartwarming story out of Miami. An unlikely pair, a hairdresser and an Army veteran. But together, they share a special bond through fishing. When Neil Stark isn't cutting hair, he's Captain Neil, and he takes veterans suffering from PTSD out on the water. And that's how they met, and how he met Army veteran Rudy Watt, who says that therapy is helping him heal. The pair are featured in a new documentary, and they're joining us now to share their story of friendship. Gentlemen, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me how this
having us.
Tell me how this relationship began.
Rudy?
Well, I got a phone call asking me if I would like to go out with Captain Neil, and we got together and went out fishing, and then I got a call again saying, do you want to go do this documentary? And I said, sure, why not?
And how much time did you spend shooting it? I imagine that the time spent shooting it was also a lot of time fishing, which was probably a really nice thing.
Yes, we spent some time, actually we spent all day fishing, doing the fishing part of it, but, there was other parts where, took interviews and everything else that took
You're filming.
some time.
Yeah.
And tell me what the fishing part of it does for you, just in terms of helping you feel grounded. And
Well, what it does is it gets you out of the everyday push of being in the city, and you get out there where it's calm, quiet, and you become like one with the nature out there.
Neil, do you see tangible difference in Rudy's behavior or in the kind of effects from PTSD that he's suffered?
You do. You see it in all the vets, honestly. It's a very peaceful setting. All the fishing that we do is out in the Florida Everglades, on the waterways. It's beautiful. It's, photographers go there to photograph it, and artists go there to paint it. And those images that they try to capture, our veterans see that live. Mm-hmm. And we're fishing around those type of elements. It's very, very relaxing. It's peaceful. The wind, there's no cars, it's them and the nature.
This is interesting to me because some of the research I've read about some of the really effective treatments for PTSD recently involves setting patients into a situation where they relive the most horrible experiences they suffered in the most intimate detail, and doing it again and again and again until they actually get used to feeling that feeling. But what you're proposing here and what you've been doing with PTSD-affected vets is the polar opposite of that. I'm curious about that.
Well, it is. But when you get our veterans out there in that setting, and you're working a stretch, and you're casting, and you're telling the vets, to throw to a particular tree or a particular rock. It's in this peaceful setting that you start general conversation. But in an 8-hour fishing trip, it actually does become a therapeutic session where you're talking, and they basically. Because it is such a neutral environment, you're not on a couch, you're not in a closed room, and somebody's probing you. It's just you're just spending time with the vets, and you're fishing, and you start talking, and a lot of times they do talk about what's bothering them, and they are able to shed that weight.
Right. Neil, I read that in fiscal year 2011, 476,515 vets received treatment at VA centers for PTSD. You can't take everybody fishing,
No, you cannot. But you know what? My theory is one vet at a time. I am in the process of expanding Fishing with America's Finest. But over the 6-year period, I'm in the 300 plus number as far as trips have gone.
Fantastic.
And I've had huge success rehabilitating our vets. using fishing and the outdoors as a way to help them transition from military life into civilian life.
Well, it's a great work, and we really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you.
Rudy,
Thank
you for your service to the country, and we're just envious of the zen that you guys get to experience out there fishing. I know people have written about that zen, and you guys are experiencing it firsthand. Thanks so much. Good to see you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for more on Neil and Rudy's efforts, you can go to fishingwithamericasfinest.org to learn all about it.